Hey folks, up here in New Hampshire today, doing another drill on fundamentals. So this is a front sight trigger press, trigger reset drill. What I like to do is I like to show people that as long as you're practicing those fundamentals, it doesn't really matter which angle your gun is, you can still get effective hits on target. That. I use this often in our classes to show people that it's all about a process. It's about learning the process and doing it the same way every single time. So folks, what we're going to do now is we've got our steel out there at 10 yards, our 6-inch head plates. I'm going to hold the gun in awkward positions and show you that we can still make hits if we're doing the process right. So obviously, I should be able to hit that all day long, right? That should not be a problem. Now I'm going to rotate the gun slightly and miss. There we go, and you see that hit was right in. My first shot, I did not have my sights aligned. Okay, and now the other way. Lastly, so, I'm shooting slowly. You can see I had one miss out of 7 shots, and that was on me. I knew it right away when I pressed the shot because my sights weren't aligned. Based on that, you can see accuracy is not an issue provided we do the process the same way every time. So this would also apply or shooting from different positions. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to actually change my feet position for you guys on each one of these shots, and we'll do the same thing then offhanded, and I'll show you what that looks like. Again, just mixing it up. If my traditional stance is vertical like this, if I just change my stance to this or this, I've simply got to do the trigger process and sight alignment process the same way, and we should have good results. Front sight, trigger press, trigger reset is making sure that we're also mixing up our footwork a little bit to get out of always shooting from the same position. And just to test ourselves, if I'm standing this way and I'm shooting, my trigger process and sight alignment should be no different. If I'm shooting like this, same thing. So what we're proving to ourselves is by using a consistent process that's reproducible every time, we can develop greater proficiency and therefore confidence in what we do with a handgun. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a non-traditional stance. Go back the other way to my non-dominant hand. Okay? And again, I'm not saying that this makes a lot of sense other than proving to yourself that you can shoot in weird positions and make hits, whatever that looks like. So we'll do another weird, uncomfortable stance here. And you can see, I mean, I can do this all day in terms of just trying to mix up my body and do something that's very uncomfortable. So this is very uncomfortable. And yet I can still get hit. When I kneel, I normally kneel with my right knee and come up here, okay? Since I normally do that, one good thing for me to practice, because I may not always be able to get into that position, is actually do it with the other knee, right? And that shouldn't make any difference as long as both front sight, trigger press, trigger reset are managed in the same exact way. So whether it's that, that, right? Whatever that is, you can see I can get hits on the target regardless of what odd position I'm in. So get my steel gong here at about, I would say, what are we, probably 15, 16 yards. And I'm going to do what I showed you before. Okay, combat effective hit. We'll take a few steps back. So again, here we are 20 yards from the steel gong out there. We're going to use the exact process that we did before. So I'm front sight, trigger press, trigger reset. I'm simply doing it in an unconventional way. So provided I do my work, front sight, rear sight, alignment, trigger press, trigger reset, I'm able to get hits, right, 12-inch gong with a pistol, shooting the gun upside down with my pinky finger. I'm not a trick shot, I'm not particularly special, but I'm following the same process each and every time. Front sight, trigger press, trigger reset. And I'm doing that, trying to do that no matter how quickly I'm shooting, how slowly I'm shooting, near, far, whatever it is. In fact, the farther away I get, the more critical it is that I use that process and really go slow on the trigger. Finally, I want to thank you guys. Great growth to the channel. It's all because of you. We really sincerely appreciate it. As always, stay safe. I use this often, the M&P. Blech. So folks,